Hey, this is Seth with In Demand Career. I show people how to get life-changing jobs in digital marketing with no previous experience or education. And this is my August 2022 digital marketing career walkthrough, where I will walk you through and help you decipher the hidden language behind the over 200,000 open digital marketing jobs in the United States, and there's over 500,000 open digital marketing jobs worldwide. And this is just a handful of those postings. I'm going to take you through the postings, and I'm going to show you what employers actually mean when they post the things that they put up there. Because remember, every one of my students who's gotten a job came in with no experience. So here's a posting called Paid Search Associate. It's been up for 3 weeks, and it's got 7 applicants. Now, right off the bat, that is a very good sign for you because it means that these guys are not getting any quality resumes. In fact, it looks like maybe they got 1 person who knows Google Ads out of the 7. They've had applicants who are not U.S. residents, which is usually a big deal breaker for jobs. And let's look at the position itself. Create and activate paid search campaigns from the ground up, research and develop keywords. This is all the stuff that you learn in the course. As I've said again and again, bachelor's degree required is never really a requirement. I don't know at what point in time human resource directors and companies are going to understand this. But from your perspective, if you don't have a degree, definitely do not worry about it. And definitely, this just shows you again how disconnected these companies are from what is actually needed. I've shown you in other videos that the marketing majors are so disconnected with digital marketing, that to ask for that in a posting shows that these guys really, whoever's doing the hiring doesn't exactly know what they're talking about, which means you have a good opportunity to come in and command the conversation and share your knowledge of digital marketing. Passion, energy, enthusiasm for digital marketing, 1 year or less of relevant work experience, and it says 1 year or less of relevant work experience. That is a really good sign. So yeah, it's been up for 3 weeks. They've had 7 applicants. You definitely have a good shot at this job. Here is a remote position with Brightfire, and this one is the opposite. It has over 200 applicants. And what do I got? Remember, guys, I'm drilling this into your head because I want you to feel confident. I want you to feel very confident and excited and have fun when you're applying for jobs and you're doing the course. Because let's look at some of your competition. Okay, 233 applicants, 71 are entry-level applicants. So right there, that's already a third of those. A third of the applicants are entry-level. They don't have any digital marketing skills. Now, just to review what they actually want. They want 1 year of digital marketing experience. Experience, and actually they didn't put PPC or SEO here, but they want digital marketing experience with WordPress, and you've got Microsoft Word, public relations, time management, customer service, PowerPoint, communication, problem solving. I'm telling you, these guys are going through these applications and they're asking does any of the 233 people here have any idea what digital marketing is? And the chances are no. That's why it's been up for 2 weeks. They are drowning in resumes, and when you apply, you'll have a very, very good very good possibility of getting a good interview for this position. Here is the remote position. Again, 3 weeks, 6 applicants, entry-level PPC marketing specialist remote. Competitive pay, excellent benefits, management of paid search across Google, Bing, social, i.e. Facebook, A/B multivariate testing, search engine optimization. That's why, remember guys, I teach you in the course, both PPC and SEO. You're going to focus on one, but some jobs, if it's not necessarily, sometimes they'll do this at an agency. Usually it's when you're in-house is when you do a little bit of PPC or SEO. But in this particular job, when it says continuously enhance your knowledge of efforts of search engine marketing, this is what I teach you in the course, to always be learning, keep up to date. The field changes very quickly. 1 year experience PPC or search engine marketing role. Google Sheets, experience with Google Ads, you've got all of that. And look at your competition. Again, it's only 6 applicants in 3 weeks. Take note of this company, Ferguson Enterprises. Someone does have Google Analytics, but basically PowerPoint, medical education, healthcare management, marketing, administration. It's again, people will apply to these jobs. I've had this happen when I was hiring in this position. People applied to be a PPC specialist with no idea what Google ads are or anything about digital marketing. They were just, I don't understand the thinking behind it, but they would just throw out their resume and just hope for the best. And they, now this company has only had 6 applicants. You show up with your experience from the course, you will definitely be a very, very good prospect. And again, remember, guys, this is all about supply and demand. Now, you've only had 6 applicants. You've been looking for 3 weeks. Nobody knows anything about digital marketing. You show up with some knowledge and experience and are like, hey, sorry, I don't have a bachelor's degree. They're not going to care. Most of my students, even the last student I just interviewed, Darian, and he got hired. He doesn't have a degree. No one ever asked him. Nobody cares except your teachers in school. Here is an interesting one. So this is a search engine marketing specialist in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, on site. Now they've only had 1 applicant in 1 month, and that is probably because they're in South Dakota. Now, again, I just interviewed Darian. Let me show you his post. Actually, this is his post. He said, in my interview yesterday, the director told me he's been interviewing people for months now, everyone from recent college grads to MBAs, but he hasn't been able to hire anyone because nobody has the skills. He said, my resume and skills from the course make me the perfect candidate. And he is working at an agency in Reno. Now, Darian actually moved. So here he is. He actually moved to Reno back in July to get this job. Now, what I tell people is that, again, he actually had offers for remote jobs or was interviewing for remote positions, and you've seen most of my other students get remote jobs. There's tons of remote jobs out there. But it's okay to take an in-house job. Like I said, if you're single or you're mobile and you want to move, I would say moving to a place for a job is better than like moving to a city for college, because you're going to be learning and growing your career and getting paid. But in this case, with a company like this that's located in South Dakota, they might be forced. Again, a lot of these companies are going to be forced to hire remotely because, I mean, who in Sioux Falls, South Dakota knows anything about search engine marketing? Clearly, just 1 person applied, and I don't think there's even enough data to say who it was. But certification in Google ads, I've told you that. You're going to have that when you come out of the course. Knowledge of performance marketing, SEO, SEM, bachelor's degree. You're not going to, again, when you only have 1 applicant for a job, like someone shows up that's qualified, you're really going to turn them away because they don't have a bachelor's degree in marketing. You're not. So I would encourage you to apply to some of these positions where it's like maybe in a remote area and they're hiring on site. Just get into a conversation. Maybe you're willing to relocate, maybe not. But these guys, I mean, it's been up for a month. They haven't had any applicants. So they're going to want to talk to you. Here is, okay, this is a funny one. This is The Habit. By the way, I used to live in California. I love The Habit. I used to eat there sometimes when I was tired of In-N-Out Burger. Create, grow, and maintain quality customer experience, digital properties. It doesn't actually specifically say Facebook and Google ads, but that's what they mean. But here's the thing that's kind of funny, is that, so this is a very recent job application, job posting, and you can see nobody here has any, it's only been 3 applicants. They don't have any digital marketing experience, but I wanted to point out that they put in here entry level, and then down here they put 5 to 7 years of marketing experience. Now, I've seen people complain about this on LinkedIn. I think it's annoying, but what you have to do is you have to hold, it's a big company, and whoever posted this, you'd think they might be mildly intelligent to know that an entry level position shouldn't require 5 to 7 years. So what you do is you just trust this right here, and you apply. It's that entry level. And what's going to happen is nobody who actually has 5 years of experience is likely going to be applying for this position because it says entry level right here. So I always say go by what it says at the top, and I always also encourage my students to apply for jobs even if it says 5 years of experience, because most of the time the people posting this don't really know what they're talking about. In fact, Darian was telling me in the interview, if you watch the interview, he applied to many positions that said like 7 years experience, and he still got interviews, even though he even told one of the recruiters, I'm not qualified for this position, but they still interviewed him because, again, there is such a lack of skilled workers. And then this, big company here, The Habit, again, I think they're going to have a hard time finding somebody. Also, they didn't put the specific platforms on here, so they're definitely not going to get people who actually have Google ads and Facebook ads experience. But again, this is a good opportunity for you to come in, talk the talk, show them you know what you're talking about, and potentially get a really good interview and get hired. This is digital marketing specialist, been up for 1 month, SEM, PPC, remote, 12 applicants, And this one, it looks like some of the applicants actually do have Google Ads experience, which is great. Although, then you look down here using Google LinkedIn Premium, you've got a lot of applicants from Bangladesh, India, and basically outside of the United States. And for 99% of these jobs based in the US, you do need to be a US citizen. It's a labor law thing, but people out of the country will still apply. And then that, you know, if a majority of these people are from out of the country, right away, if you are a US citizen, you definitely go to the front of the pack there. Strategy, creation, and planning of Google Bing paid search, understanding of Google Ads, 2 to 3 years of digital marketing experience, agency experience preferred, self-starter. So again, as you see me say this again and again, guys, you know, you don't actually have to have 2 to 3 years of digital marketing experience. That is just something they throw out there. I've had students get hired for jobs where it says you need 4 years of experience. It's really about showing you understand the language, you have some hands-on experience, and that you are also a self-starter leader type personality. And again, 1 month, 12 applicants, many of whom may not even be eligible for employment legally in the US, you would definitely stand out in this position. Here is one that is digital marketing associate in Clutch. This is actually located in Pennsylvania, so I don't know if this is hybrid or remote, but again, when you see salary 50 to 60K, that sounds like a good entry-level salary. They've had 7 applicants. 1 digital marketing, Excel, customer service, Facebook marketing, PowerPoint, Facebook ads. However, if you look at the posting, there's nothing about Facebook ads in here. So again, guys, I really want you to understand, and I do this again and again, I want you to feel really confident, not cocky, not like you're going to be a jerk, but just feel really good and understand that your competition is not that serious in this field. Like seriously, somebody has Facebook marketing and Facebook ad experience, that's great, but it's not what the job is about. This is clearly an SEO job. And it says search engine marketing, which is Google Ads, but it talks about SEMrush, Moz, and Ahrefs, which you learned about in the course. And then it says 1 to 2 years of digital marketing experience. And what do I tell you guys? When it says 1 year of experience, that is basically saying we will take somebody that has any experience at all. And this one does say must be able to work in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. And again, I would encourage you, if you're able, to actually move for the position. But when you have positions like this, where they're not getting qualified applicants, or they're getting applicants again who are applying from outside the United States, then you could be in a position where you could negotiate. You actually have leverage because they need people to do this job, and they may have to be flexible and offer you a remote position. But just get into the conversation, and this is a really good opportunity right here. This, I like this one, paid search specialist. This is another on-site one, Birmingham, Michigan. Immerse yourself in the culture, team, digital marketing philosophy, familiarize yourself with Google and Bing interfaces, develop campaigns, ad groups, and ads. Now this is a slam dunk. And by the way, my student Aditya works here. So this is like, if you're in the course, you should reach out to Aditya. Now he's actually helping me with my SEO stuff too, because he does both. But he was hired here. He really enjoys his job, and this job posting is absolutely perfect. I almost should have led with this one because it says 6 months to a year experience running Google, Bing, Amazon campaigns. I don't have the breakdown of all the other applicants, but it's been out for 3 weeks. They've had 15 applicants, and this is clearly a training program because they're even telling you that by the 2nd month, you're gonna just then be learning the interface. If you show up and you're like, I know how the interface works, I've already run campaigns, I already know how ad groups run, you will be a very strong candidate, and you will more than likely stand out from these other candidates. So Blue Whale, I would definitely check that out. Again, it's in Michigan. It may be on site, but I'm pretty sure that Aditya is, it says right here, he's working remotely. So again, there's flexibility, guys. Don't skip applying to a good position because it's not located in your area. There's always room for negotiation in this field. Yes, be bold. You have more to offer than you realize. So here, and Aditya is another student. Remember, he initially got a job with OtterBox and then leveled up to this. He's like a senior paid search specialist, and he only had like 5 months of agency experience before that. That's how quickly you can move up in this field. Digital marketing associate, Adair International, Los Angeles on site. 3 days ago, 22 applicants looking for an ambitious digital marketing associate to join our growing Los Angeles team. Entry-level role, you will gain PPC knowledge to launch your career through training and mentorship. Hands-on experience, you'll gain effective email, SMS campaigns, which is valuable, but the more important thing is advertising campaigns on Google, Facebook, paid digital media. Create and execute email campaigns, ABP. Actually, so this is like a mixture of email marketing and Google Ads. Obviously, fast-paced environment, high growth opportunity, 1 year of experience, all that is a cue that this is, again, as it says, very entry-level position. It looks like some of the people applying actually do have experience, but I would still apply. You guys would be surprised by, even when people put in their resume or their LinkedIn that they have Google Ads experience, it doesn't mean they actually understand the right way to properly structure an account or manage one. Even from the very little work you've done in my course, you, as Rain said in a previous interview, you may actually know more and have more knowledge than people who've actually even been working for a while. So this is a good opportunity here. This is a paid search digital marketing specialist, SEM PPC, 3 weeks ago, over 200 applicants. Oh my God, I cannot apply. There's too much competition. Not really. Remember guys, even if you saw competition, that's fine. I'm not trying to tell you shouldn't compete with other people that are competent. I'm just trying to get you to understand, to look for some of the low-hanging fruit and understand that it's not as competitive as you probably think it is in your head. So the most common skills we got are maybe one digital marketer or digital marketing, and then you got CSS, project management, business analysis, cloud computing, machine learning, leadership. And again, I always kind of laugh at the leadership thing because it's not a hard skill. They actually want you to have campaigns, create campaigns on Google Ads, Facebook, and Bing Ads. That is the main thing. And again, down here it says digital marketing, but like CSS, that has to do with web development, data analysis, that's great. Machine learning, those are all good skills, but they're not related to PPC, which is what you will have when you come out of the course. And again, as it says here, strong understanding of digital marketing fundamentals and methodologies, and this position requires a degree in marketing. It does not, guys. As I've shown you again and again, the stuff people learn in these marketing programs is so outdated that it's just something that the HR people in the company, they're so dumb, they just put that on there. If you talk to the people who are actually hiring and actually doing the digital marketing, I guarantee you they'll be like, we don't really care. We want experience with paid social, which is this is our bonus points. So this is Facebook ads, SEO, Google ads. And then, of course, over here it does say equivalent experience. And then it says, as I pointed out before, strong understanding of digital marketing fundamentals and methodologies. And that is how you will, get your foot in the door, even though it says 2 years of experience. Okay. I would definitely go for this one. I'm sure after 3 weeks of getting applications with applicants like this, most of whom are entry level, you will really stand out. Here is digital marketing paid search specialist hybrid in Des Moines, Iowa. So this looks like this is probably an in-house role because it's in Iowa. That's really the only reason you would only see 4 applicants in 2 months. Gallup is a really big survey company. Digital marketing paid search specialist Gallup, create and optimize paid search and social campaigns, generate leads, global consulting, detail-oriented analysts, strategic thinkers. But essentially, they want, when they say paid search, they mean PPC. They also want you to have understanding of SEMrush, analytics, all the stuff we teach at the course. I just love, it's not required. It's so silly. It's like I don't know, on your mattress, there's like a tag that says if you remove the tag under penalty of law, like you're not going to go to jail if you rip the tag off of your mattress, okay? The requirement is just such nonsense. 2 years of experience, certification, 1 year of professional experience. It says 2 years of experience in marketing-related position. 1 year of experience. Well, is it 1 year or is it 2 year? Again, guys, these things are not set in stone. It is all, they're just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, hoping to get somebody that knows what they're talking about. And they only have 4 applicants in 2 months. It says hybrid. So, honestly, these guys are going to realize, like, not too many people live in Des Moines, Iowa. Maybe you're willing to relocate there, maybe you're not. But if you're a quality candidate and it's already hybrid, you could probably talk them into going fully remote. Maybe you have to go visit the office a couple times a month or every few months or something like that. But I would definitely apply for this one. Here is digital marketing specialist in Centennial, Colorado, Experis. Permanent opening, digital marketing specialist. Experience with online training a plus. Salary between 55 to 70K in Denver, Colorado. Develop and execute digital marketing and sales strategy, email lists, pay-per-click, SEO. So PPC, SEO, 2 to 5. And remember, guys, whenever you see 2 to 5 years of experience, that range, you'd never see that in any other field. Like there are very clear levels of promotion in most other fields. But when they say 2 to 5 years experience, like that's the difference between someone making 60K or someone making 120K. So they're basically like throwing it out there, hoping they'll get somebody good, but they're saying they're open to somebody who doesn't have that much experience. Attributes, core values, comfortable with change. It says here app development. That's ridiculous. I don't know. Again, when you have a position, you never know who is contributing to the job posting, and anyone who put in app development in a digital marketing position doesn't know what they're talking about. Okay, analytics, that's relevant. CRM could be relevant, but this this sometimes when you see app development, that's a totally separate skill set. And as you can see, also the way that it's written attracts a certain kind of applicant. And as you can see, they did not get too many applicants that actually even have PPC or SEO in their skill sets. You've got advertising, email marketing, press release, written communication, Facebook pixel, Instagram marketing, paid social media advertising, which is a great skill set. But once again, I don't even see anything about Facebook ads on here, which is very interesting. You'd think you'd see at least one person who has Google ads on there. Plus, you do have a few applicants from overseas, which lowers the actual number of applicants. So I think this is a good opportunity. Remote option with some in-person days. Again, you could probably negotiate for fully remote, but like I said before, if Denver's a good city. It's a great way to start your career. So I would check this one out. Toyota. Okay, so this is one of these this is one of my dud positions I'm throwing in here because I like to show you good ones, but I also want to show you things to watch out for. And also again how to navigate and how you could get this job if you wanted it. I'm not sure if you would. So this is a Toyota in Orlando, and pay starting at $55,000 a year, which is really good for an entry-level job, which it says it is here. But then some moron put minimum 5 years experience in digital marketing position. Then put video production and Adobe Premiere Pro experience. And then preference for Spanish bilingual, which is, again, if you're bilingual, I'm going to get to one of those in a minute. That's fantastic. But listen, guys, you got to understand this too. In this world of marketing, there are some duds out there. So if somebody wants you to both have video production experience and digital marketing, that can be a big red flag. Depending on how much work they want you to do. Now, if they have a very, very small digital marketing campaign and there's no time to, you don't have to put much time into it, and they also want you to do video, that's more understandable, but they're two unrelated skill sets. Okay, so I happen to know video production, but most of you guys don't, and that's why it's ridiculous. That's why they're not going to get any good applicants. Plus, 5 years experience, $55,000 a year. Ha! You have 5 years experience in this field, you're making six figures, no question. So nobody who's applying, if they got, whoever is applying to this, I don't know what their experience is in the industry. They have not been doing it the way that I teach you. If they actually have 5 years of experience, then they should not be applying for a $55,000 a year job. But as an entry-level job, as I tell you, ignore the 5 years experience. If you like video, this would be for you, but I would come in and say, hey, I know about SEO and PPC. I don't know anything about video. If you want a videographer, why don't you hire a videographer instead of trying to pay somebody $55K a year for 2 jobs? Let's see. Yeah, video production. So yeah, guys, you should feel strong in commanding these things in these jobs. Go after the jobs. But remember, you are in a powerful position. They need you more than you need them. Because if you don't get this job, guess what? You're going to go on to one of the other 200,000 jobs that are out there. And the other applicants, it looks like at least a couple do have Google Ads and analytics. I don't see any SEO on here. And somebody does speak Spanish, which is good for them. But I don't know. I'm just trying to give you, again, more insights on how to read between the lines on these job postings. Now, this one is a paid social media specialist, remote, Social advertising and data nerd. And paid social is essentially Facebook ads. You say 1 to 3 years of paid social media experience, preferably in lead generation, guys. If you do the work in the course, you do the Facebook ads and the Instagram ads, and you can generate, if you generate 2 leads, 5 leads, guess what? You have experience in lead generation. Base salary, $65K, and look at the applicants. Okay, you've got people with experience in email marketing, which is a good skill set but not relevant. Facebook. Now, Facebook in this context is not, that's very vague. I don't know. Maybe they mean Facebook ads, but Facebook as a skill set is kind of vague. But I see graphic design, press releases, CSS, entrepreneurship, social media outreach, which is not paid social, web content writing, and brand design. All of this leads me to believe that they're getting a lot of social media manager type people who are like, so like I said, social media management and organic social media. Again, social media without paying for ads is a low income skill. It is not the same thing. It's not advertising. And so I'll bet you they're getting a lot of applicants out of these 64 who are like, yeah, I can post on Facebook. I can post on Instagram. And then they're like, well, do you know how to run ads and generate leads and target people? And we're like, no. So I definitely would check out this one if you were drawn to the Facebook aspect of the training. And remember, guys, you can, some people are drawn to Facebook ads, some people are drawn to SEO, some people are drawn to PPC. They are all good skill sets, as you can see. Here is a digital marketing specialist, PPC SEO, remote eligible. 1 month ago, 47 applicants in the middle of Ohio. And kudos to these guys for saying remote eligible because you're in the middle of Ohio. Leadership and accountability of SEO strategy and execution. Audits, which is what do you guys do in the course when you're completing all the assignments? You do an audit, PPC strategy and execution. Certification in Google Ads and analytics preferred, of course. Everybody in the field has that. Required education, no. I tell you, some moron in HR put that there that don't need it. And then when it says 3 to 5 years hands-on experience, I'm telling you, you can ignore that. Even though this position has a lot of applicants, you can also see that in this case, it looks like a lot of these applicants are coming in from other countries. Meaning, again, and this is nothing against people in other countries, guys, just labor laws. This is in every country in the world. Like I can't work in Thailand. It's illegal. Like there's visa issues, and it's usually to protect the population of the particular country. Like they don't want foreign people taking jobs from Thai people. If I move to England, I can't work in England unless I get some kind of an arrangement. U.S. companies, the same thing. They have to hire U.S. citizens or people who have a work permit. So right away, you don't know how many of these, but it looks like a lot are coming from overseas. And they may have experience, but they legally could not necessarily be hired by this company. And it's also already been up for a month. 47 applicants. I would give this one a shot. Granular. I like this one because I think this is an agency. It's remote. It's in Wisconsin. Worried about leaving vacation or perks on the table? Don't worry. Let's check. We'll take care of you and prove to you why Granular is different. I love it because this is an agency that's already trying to sell you on the fact that they're a good place to work. And the guy hiring has a hashtag hiring thing that's really good. We're looking for passionate PPC analysts. If you have, again, between 2 to 8 years of hands-on PPC experience. 2 to 8 years, guys. That is such a huge range. Remote work is okay for U.S. Residents. No required time in the office. Of course, that is why they have 142 applicants. You will grow and thrive as a PPC specialist, manage day-to-day optimizations, and you see here, 3 years of paid search marketing experience. And again, don't be intimidated by that because look down here. Nobody who has applied has any PPC experience. It's very strange. It's like, why? It looks like a great place to work. They've put a great pitch together. It's remote. Why are all the applicants why don't they have the actual skills that they are asking for? I don't know, but you should take advantage of that. And when you show up with your understanding of SEM, PPC, your spreadsheet, having done just a little bit of Google advertising, you will stand out from the person who says, hey, I know about leadership, content strategy, time management. Time management, that is not a skill set, guys, or that is a soft skill. I want to be a professional time manager. Somebody does have paid search campaigns. Okay, I did miss that. So one of the 142, or maybe a couple of the 142 applicants have that. But again, it's been up for 2 months. What does that tell you? It tells you they have not found somebody that they like, or they have such a need for employees that they're still hiring. So strong skills in Google Ads, Bing Ads, experience with Google Analytics, relevant experience, self-starter, experience with paid social. These are all Excel and reporting skills, excellent written and verbal communication skills. Again, these are all little clues that even though it says 3+ years, they're really open to it. Plus, they said 2 to 8 years up here. So I'm telling you guys, these numbers of like how many years experience are really not set in stone for anybody, unless it's like a certain senior positions where it's like you're going to be managing $10 million and you need to have, $10 million experience and you're going to manage a team of 40 people, then yes, 5 years experience. But again, these agencies cannot find people, so that these numbers are just kind of made up in a way. They would like to find someone with 3 years experience, but they're going to be open to somebody who has 6 months of experience and knows what they're talking about. Let's see here. If we're winding up, but I'm in my groove. Digital marketing SEO manager 5 days ago, 25 applicants. Save manufacturing jobs in the U.S. It's a growing marketing service agency. Help develop qualifiable SEO strategies and tactical plans. And yeah, at least 2 years of proven experience and quantifiable track record in enhancing SEO performance. Experience with Moz, Ahrefs, SEMrush. Oh, my food is here. So again, previous experience with SEO platforms, Moz, Ahrefs, SEMrush, kaboom. You have that from the course. And as you can see, guys, none of the applicants here, are very few. Like someone says SEO, but you got Google Ads, Word, time management, research, communication, market research, analytics, English, and paid search strategy. Now, paid search strategy is great, but that's not what this job is. It's an SEO job. And also, again, you're getting applicants coming in from outside the country. So I would definitely apply for this one. Here's one at Spigen. I'm probably saying that wrong. Spigen or Spigen, I don't know. 84 applicants, entry level. But here's the thing, guys. This is kind of a dud posting because the way that they worded this. Okay, they do say PPC and SEO strategies, but it's kind of hidden within all these other things. When it talks about support and execute online campaigns to raise brand awareness, online presence, conduct market ideation sessions, strong visual and verbal presentation and communication skills, account time management. The fact that they put like time management and communications is going to attract all those people who have time management as like one of their big skill sets. And what do you think it looks like in terms of competition? I don't see a single PPC, paid search, anything related to digital marketing here except the social media, which is likely not even paid social. Leadership, customer service, Microsoft Word, public speaking, Microsoft Office, PowerPoint management, marketing, event planning. This indicates that you've got a 84 applicants in 3 days who are probably bulk applying. They saw some of these soft skills, and I'm so confident. I wish I could actually find out the reality, but I will bet you that almost none of these people know anything about PPC or SEO. So I would definitely apply for this one. This I like this one because, again, it's a month ago, 200 applicants, Vuja Day Digital, which is a cute play on deja vu. Entrepreneurial-minded team, differentiating challenger brand, more than just a day job, accountability. I'm sure they have more pitches about everything else that they're doing. Reports to the director of paid search, Google, YouTube, PPC specialist. Essentially, paid search media strategy. Now, I don't really teach YouTube ads in the course, and honestly, YouTube ads are very difficult and challenging. They are much harder to target and track than search. But I'm confident that just having the Google ads understanding, I bet you they will train you in some of these other platforms. And also, it says SEO experience is highly desired, and that's why I teach you guys both of these things. So it looks like they're going to want you to do a little bit of both. 2 to 3 years of relevant experience in a fast-paced agency environment. Again, guys, remember I've had people get jobs where it said 4 years experience required. They're just looking for someone who knows how to do these things. And again, when you look at the competition, I don't see any paid search in here. There's some SEO copywriting, and like
digital marketing type stuff like social media advertising and sales and marketing, but I don't see anyone with actual paid search. So again, if they've been looking at 200 applicants for a month and like nobody or very few people have any paid search understanding at all, when you show up with your understanding and knowledge, that is how you end up seeing these testimonials on my channel. So I would definitely try this one. And now I think we are getting towards the end. I think this is going to be one of the last couple ones I do. This is the Hispanic market, and I actually posted this in my Facebook group because this is digital marketing specialist, Hispanic market, SEO, Google ads, and it looks like they want you to know a little bit of Facebook ads. But what's really cool about this is that, if you're bilingual, this is for you. And I do think you have a really great advantage in digital marketing if you're bilingual, because there are jobs like this where it's like literally anyone who doesn't speak both yeah, I'm sorry, I wanted to make sure of that and assume it wasn't just a Hispanic market in the US. No, you have to be bilingual in English and Spanish. And then if you look at, all of these like 19 applicants you got, maybe someone knows, I don't know how many know SEO or Google ads for real. When I see all these other soft skills, I'm thinking that most people are doing like, copywriting, storytelling, leadership, presentation skills, design thinking, HubSpot, when they really want someone who can really do Google ads. So you have the basic skills from the course, plus you're bilingual. That's a really good opportunity. This is interesting because I just want to point out Dice before I wrap this up. Dice is actually a search engine for tech careers. So this is actually another good resource where you can find digital marketing jobs, but they also do go on LinkedIn. And this is a really good opportunity. It's only been up for 9 hours. It says it's on site in Pennsylvania, which again, you might want to consider moving there, but I also think you could probably, it says primarily remote work from home, but you'll be on site in Pennsylvania for the first week of training and expected to go on site once per quarter. That's great. I mean, you go once every 3 months you go to Pennsylvania. When it says at the top, willingness to learn and expand skills, that is another indication that this is an entry-level position, other than the fact that it says entry-level, even though they say 2 to 4 years of digital optimization experience, bid management tool experience required. Again, guys, don't neglect applying for these jobs if you don't have every little thing on it. I think, honestly, they've only had 3 applicants, but you can see with the senior applicants, it's like they got one person from India. They've got a bunch of people with Microsoft Office and analysis, but I don't see. You want to see. To consider this competitive, you'd see paid search or search engine marketing as one of the skill sets of like most of the applicants, or the most common applicant skills. And you don't see that, but I think this is a pretty good resource as well. Now, this is the last one. This is Digital Marketing Account Associate, and this is a company called 3Q, and I like that because I have a couple of students who work here. Alexa, who I've actually been trying to interview for a while, she's been very busy. Took my course like a while ago, I think back in 2019 or even maybe 2018, and now she is working as an account manager here. This is a account associate, supporting the account manager with online advertising campaigns, Google, Yahoo, Bing, Facebook, learning the fundamentals of search engine marketing and paid social. And it says 0 to 6 months of paid search experience. Now, most think I should have put this at the beginning, but you know what, guys? This is a treat for those of you who stuck with the video to the end. I'm not going to give it away to the beginning. It's only for those of you who had the patience to listen to me ramble on for 30 minutes. 0 to 6 months of paid search experience. I'm also probably going to share this with my group, my Facebook group. Things will impress us. Google Ads certification, energetic and creative marketing enthusiast. Everything you learn in the course will impress you guys. And as you can see, they've already hired my students, so I would definitely check this one out. And also, again, it does look like nobody who's applied thus far has any digital marketing experience. I mean, you got English, organizational skills, teamwork, leadership. I'm going to post this one in my group because you guys, if you're in my course and you're applying, you got to apply for this one. So anyway, guys, that is it for this month. I think I went over 30 minutes again. I hope you feel inspired by this, whether you're in the course. I want you to feel very, very encouraged. Remember, I did a video a few months ago about, how would a recession affect digital marketing. and everybody's very worried about the job market and everything. I mean, it's pretty much the same as it was a few months ago. I think it dropped below 200,000 for like a day, but it's essentially still an incredibly large job market with a lack of skilled workers. So if you're in the course, I encourage you to obviously keep at it. You will get results. If you haven't taken the course or you don't know what I'm talking about and you're just kind of interested and excited about what could be possible, I recommend you click the link below and check out my free webinar where I explain how people go from 0 to 60K salaries in digital marketing with no previous experience or education. Yeah, click the link below to check that out. And you can always leave comments or questions below the video or shoot me an email with any questions. And I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next video.